The history of a people, the story of a people in a place, our successes, our triumphs, our struggles and our failings are all found in the brick and the mortar of these marvelous old buildings that make up so many of the most interesting spaces of our downtown. Preserving them is important to remember who we were so that we can indeed look ahead to who we are becoming.
We acquired the Flatiron, Herchner, and Grosskopf buildings in 2008, and at the time we saw three landmark buildings that had a rich history within Grand Rapids. We wanted to breathe new life into these buildings. The Flatiron building and the Grosskopf buildings were built in 1860. The Herchner building was built 10 years later in 1870, and that's why you'll see on a couple of the floors exterior signage from the Grosskopf building.
We were looking at options to relocate downtown Grand Rapids and elsewhere in the suburban outlying areas. We decided fairly quickly that we were committed to downtown. We have a lot of downtown clients, and we also have the courts. The federal and state courts are located right here in the downtown area.
We chose the Flatiron building because of its central location, and we also like the idea of an adaptive reuse project, bringing new life to an old building. Despite the fact that the Flatiron building is an old building, it had quite an efficient layout for us. So we could get quite a large number of attorney offices around the perimeter and sufficient support space in the center.
The Flatiron building is a cornerstone building for the city of Grand Rapids downtown and its core. The importance of the building is that it's one of the oldest buildings in the city, and the preservation of it is important because it provides a unique pedestrian experience. There are a variety of retail storefronts as well as the office above, which was primarily vacant before the renovation.
It was clear to us that the upper floors had not been occupied or even utilized since probably the 1940s. Fortunately found that the floors were for the most part at an equal level, and by bringing one new elevator in, we're able to access the upper floors. Probably the most unique feature of this building is the bullnose on the end of the building, the Flatiron building, that gives its identity. We felt it was very important that we preserve those windows. So if you look at the bullnose, those are the original windows that were restored. All the other windows, which I believe there are over 100 windows, were all replaced with historically sensitive and energy efficient windows.
I just personally love the contrast between the 150-year-old building and the brand new glass sliding doors, glass windows everywhere to allow natural light to flow freely through the building. There's a lot of high-end product that's going to be in here, and so it'll be a great contrast from the Civil War era to modern.
We wanted to create an energy-efficient, LEED certified core and shell, but at the same time we wanted to preserve the look and feel of the exterior of the buildings.
LEED certification means we're building to more efficient standards. We're using materials that are more energy efficient. We consume less electricity, less water. So over time, and over a fairly short period of time, we'll pay that investment back.
We are taking on less space at the Flatiron building than we have currently. And why is that? It's because the evolution of the law firm, our firm and law firms in general, has changed. First of all, the attorneys are different. They're just as capable and qualified, but they work differently, almost exclusively with computers. The old format of an attorney and a secretary or two is a thing of the past.
Also, law firms typically would dedicate a significant amount of space to a law library. Virtually all of it is now available online via the internet, Westlaw, and in terms of files, all of the documents are created electronically and stored that way.
The investment is important because it will attract new investment in other old buildings and increase the historic preservation in downtown.
The great cities of America today are the cities that have vital, exciting downtowns where people are coming to work, to live, to shop, to visit. And Haughey Rice Roegge in the Flatiron building is helping us to create a vital Grand Rapids.